Our top story now, and as the political storm rages in Karnataka over the thousands of sex videos involving Deve Gowda's grandson, the JDS suspended Prajwal Revanna, who is Kumaraswamy's nephew, who is embroiled in this alleged sex and abuse scandal. The state government formed an SIT to probe the matter, and sources say that some of the videos could be cases of rape. That's what SIT sources have told us, and efforts are on to find the victims. Notices have also been issued to Revanna and his father.
Congress and JDS workers got into physical and political exchange outside the hotel in Karnataka's Hubballi, where the JDS held its core committee meeting to decide action against Prajwal Revanna. This drama unfolded as Congress workers protested against the JDS, even as former Chief Minister and JDS Chief H.D. Kumarasamy met with party workers and decided to suspend Hassan MP Prajwal Revanna, who faces serious allegations of sexual assault caught on camera. The issue exploded after pen drives with over 2,000 videos were released and an SIT ordered by the state government.
The twists and turns of Karnataka politics around this sex scandal will be extremely important to watch out, as is the investigations into those allegations, which are extremely serious. The political fallout is the one side, and just the one side of it. The larger issue is about the allegations itself that have been made, and more importantly about the victims, given the nature, the gravity of it and the enormity of it, the number of videos over 2,000. And as I mentioned, the first focus is to get Prajwal Revanna back before the authorities for questioning.
These people, several times they have done like this. D.K. Shivakumar. Their only intention is to malign our family. Not only that, they bring the name of the Honorable Prime Minister in this issue.
For the JDS, the focus is to negate through a political storm that could seriously dent the image of the Deve Gowda family, and for the BJP, it's an embarrassing development ahead of Phase 3 elections. The National Party clearly distancing itself from the scandal.
इस प्रकार की घटनाओं को सार्वजनिक जीवन में, समाज में या निजी तौर पर कहीं पर कोई स्थान नहीं होना चाहिए। कठोर से कठोर कदम उठाने चाहिए। ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी का स्टैंड अफर है और उसमें कोई कंफ्यूजन भारतीय जनता पार्टी में किसी स्तर पर नहीं है। हम महिला शक्ति के अपमान का, मातृशक्ति के अपमान का घोर निंदा करते हैं।
The Congress launched an offensive campaign against the JDS, but there are questions over why the issue was not proved earlier and why it was brought out in the midst of the elections. The focus of the investigation is to first get Prajwal Revanna, who is in Germany, before the authorities.
ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಟ್ನೆಸಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ಗಳು ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಹೊರದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕರೆಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
No one in Karnataka believes Mr. Kumaraswamy. Every day he changes his stand. Every day he tries to deviate things. This is his political history and his political story that is not firm and committed to any of his political understandings.
Given the political fallout on one side, the nature of allegations make this an extremely serious issue, and investigations need to prove several victims. The FIR also names Prajwal's father Revanna, and the question is what kind of action will be taken against them. With Veera Raghav, Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
And Revanna's troubles mount. Now the Karnataka Child Right Panel has written to the SIT. Remember, the women's panel had already reacted, and they are seeking information on whether any minors were assaulted, that there are reports of complainant's daughter being abused. Well, let's go across to Pratibha now for more on all these developments. So Pratibha, tell us also what you're learning from the SIT. Summons have been issued to Revanna and his father, and now the Child Rights Panel is seeking certain answers from the SIT.
Well, Gargi, remember the first step that was taken in terms of setting up this special investigation team was based on the letter that was submitted to the Chief Minister of Karnataka by the State Women's Commission. And going by that, there was a lot of action that took place, and of course, not forgetting the political fallout of this as well. And right now, we also have the Child Rights Panel writing a letter to the SIT chief talking about how there needs to be a further investigation in terms of whether there were any kind of minors involved. Remember, we are talking of over 2,000 videos that have surfaced in the form of a pen drive as well as other media platforms. And in the meantime, as far as the SIT investigation is concerned, they have based their investigation on the FIR that has been registered by one of the victims there in Hole Narsipura of the Hassan district, where remember the FIR points to sexual harassment. But when one looks at the videos, it was pretty disturbing, and also there are allegations of rape that surface from those videos. But then no action can really be taken unless and until there are statements recorded of those women victims who have who surface in those videos. And so the SIT has divided themselves into 3 different teams. One team to trace those victims, because remember, some of those videos could have been recorded 4 or 5 years ago. So there is a lot of effort involved in terms of tracing those victims. The second team would analyze these videos, and the third would look at the technical issues that are also involved. But as on one hand, the investigation proceeds in terms of recording the statements of the victims involved and also basing the investigation on the FIR register. On the other, there are a lot of questions being raised whether Prajwal Revanna would really cooperate with this investigation. What would be the efforts that would be taken in terms of bringing him back into the country, because what we hear from sources is that he's currently in Germany, and whether they would cooperate with the investigation and what would be the details that would emerge, and if at all found guilty, what would be the action taken. Many of these questions that are still doing the rounds in the air. Gargi.
All right, Pratibha, thanks so much for joining us with all those latest developments. And we'll continue to track that story. Meanwhile, moving on to other news, the fake video case involving the Home Minister. Addressing a press conference today, Amit Shah squarely blamed the Congress party for the fake video doing the rounds, where he is speaking or purportedly speaking out against reservation. Addressing this media conference, he called the BJP the protector of reservation and hit out at the Congress for being frustrated. This as 2 more people were arrested in this case.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनेगी.
This election season, misinformation campaigns have got a new face: deep fake videos. Recent video of Union Home Minister Amit Shah advocating for removal of reservations turned out to be fake. In Guwahati, Shah launched a frontal attack on Congress for spreading misinformation. Shah blamed Congress for spreading a fake video and said that the Saffron Party is a protector of reservations.
एक अपप्रचार कर रहे हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी 400 पार करने के बाद आरक्षण को समाप्त कर दी. ये दोनों चीजें निराधार और तथ्यहीन है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी एसटी, एससी, ओबीसी के आरक्षण की समर्थक है और हमेशा इसके संरक्षक के रूप में अपनी भूमिका निभाएगी.
Based on complaints forwarded by Ministry of Home Affairs, at least half dozen states are probing the matter, including Delhi. Latest arrest in the case is from Gujarat, where 2 persons affiliated with Congress and Aam Aadmi Party have been arrested for uploading the video. Meanwhile, Delhi police has asked Telangana Chief Minister along with 5 others to present themselves before Cyber Cell Unit and bring their digital devices. Criminal aspect apart, battle for narrative is being fought politically too. Telangana Chief Minister blamed centre for misusing Delhi police.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी ईडी, इनकम टैक्स, सीबीआई हो गए, अभी दिल्ली पुलिस को इस्तेमाल कर रहे चुनाव जीतने के लिए. यहाँ पर कोई डरने वाले नहीं है भाई.
Meanwhile, IT experts claim the average Indian voter in 2024 is at the highest risk of electoral misinformation.
Already a couple of stages of Indian elections have gone by, and we've seen so many cases of deepfake being used for the purposes of targeting political parties, political leaders, and the election thought processes.
Recently, there were deepfake videos of actors Amir Khan and Ranveer Singh promoting particular political parties. Both filed cases saying they were fake.
Unregulated usage of artificial intelligence in electioneering not only can erode public trust in election process but can also micro-target communities and manipulate opinions through unique permutations and combinations. So we as voters need to be doubly sure before we exercise our voting rights. In New Delhi, this is Neeta Sharma reporting for NDTV.
In other news, a big embarrassment for the Congress party in Madhya Pradesh, where a third key leader of the Congress has made a beeline for the BJP, and not just by himself, with thousands of his supporters, and that too on a day that Rahul Gandhi was campaigning in the state. Let's go across to Anurag now for more. And Anurag, a former Congress minister and six-time MLA, Ram Nivas Rawat, joining the BJP, and it wasn't just that he joined, it was a big show of him joining a huge rally, and that too when Rahul Gandhi was campaigning.
Yes, Gauri, and he's a very tall leader from the Gwalior-Chambal region, six-time MLAs, former minister in Digvijay Singh's cabinet, and he was apparently not happy with the appointment of PCC chief Jitu Patwari. The equations we have seen in the assembly also, but it's a matter of concern for the Congress because in past 2 months, first Kamlesh Shah, a sitting MLA from Amarwada, a very close associate of former Chief Minister Kamal Nath, and then Mr. Rawat joining the BJP. So many former union ministers like Pachauri ji and ex-MLAs and thousands of Congress workers, because as if you go by the figures of the BJP, they are claiming that more than 3 lakh people have joined the BJP in the past few months, and 90% of them are from the Congress, because BJP has formed a new joining toli, and the convener is none other than the former Home Minister Dr. Narottam Mishra. And in this new joining toli, the BJP state president is there, the chief minister Dr. Mohan Yadav is there, and in each and every district they have this new joining toli in which they have the member of parliament, MLA, senior leader of the BJP, and once they approve the names, they send it to the state level new joining toli. And for all the tall leaders, usually this list is approved by the high command of the BJP in Delhi. So it's these thousands of workers who are joining the BJP are from the IT cell or from other morchas. So it's going to be really tough for the Congress, especially in this election season. Gargi.
That's right, and embarrassment really, and with the BJP aggressively pursuing its leaders. Thanks so much, Anurag, for joining us with those details. Now for our election special hot seat, and it's a three-way personal battle at B.S. Yediyurappa's bastion of Shivamogga. The veteran BJP leader's son, Raghavendra, is the sitting MP who's facing off with the Congress candidate and daughter of former Chief Minister S. Bangarappa.
As he arrives at the remote Yerahalli village in his constituency, B.Y. Raghavendra is on a campaign for a 4th term in Parliament. Since 2009, when he defeated the late Chief Minister S. Bangarappa, who was the incumbent then, it's either Raghavendra or his father B.S. Yediyurappa who have represented Shivamogga constituency, known as the gateway to Malnad or hilly regions of the Western Ghats in the Lok Sabha. The Yediyurappa hold over the Lingayat sect, considered Karnataka's largest electoral bloc, is the reason that this family is in charge, despite several attempts to unseat it, both from the party and the constituency.
From last 5 years, especially from both the government, both central and state, we brought lot of development programs for this constituency. Very brilliant voters. They know how to vote in Panchayat, how to vote in Vidhan Sabha, how to vote for Parliament. In the interest of Modi, in the interest of nation, 100% they will bless me in this election.
As the sun sets here in Shivamogga, this political battle is one to reiterate the dominance of the Yediyurappa family, not just over the Shivamogga Lok Sabha constituency, but across Karnataka. There are internal factions within the BJP, and the results in these elections could well determine the way forward to each of them. In 2024, the most visible face of dissent to Yediyurappa in the BJP is this man, former Deputy Chief Minister K.S. Ishwarappa. He's from the numerically significant OBC Kuruba community and is contesting as an independent in Shivamogga after his son was denied a ticket from the neighbouring Haveri seat. A decision for which he blames Yediyurappa. The two have had a long and bitter rivalry. This electoral battle, where Ishwarappa is campaigning as a Prime Minister Narendra Modi loyalist and party worker, is one that reflects the deeper fault lines in the Karnataka BJP between Yediyurappa and a section of the party that's been keen to break his hold.
वो मुझे बहुत धोखा दिया है, सिर्फ मुझे धोखा नहीं, सभी हिंदुत्व वालों को धोखा दिया है। सीटी रवि, वो नेशनल जनरल सेक्रेटरी था, उसको धोखा दिया है। अनंत कुमार हेगड़े, वो भी हिंदुत्ववादी है, उनको धोखा दिया है। और दलित कुमार कटीर, प्रताप सिंह और बसवनगौड़ पाटिल यत्नाड़, कौन कौन हिंदुत्व के बारे में काम कर रहा है, उन सबको साइडलाइन कर रहा है।
If Ishwarappa is the internal BJP battle, the bigger and consistent electoral challenge for the Yediyurappa comes from the Bangarappa family. State Cabinet Minister and OBC Idiga leader Madhu Bangarappa is the son of the late Chief Minister S. Bangarappa, who Raghavendra defeated in 2009. He contested and lost this seat in 2018 and 19, but Madhu Bangarappa hasn't given up. In 2024, he has fielded his sister, Geeta Shivraj Kumar, as the Congress's candidate. Wife of the top Kannada actor Shivraj Kumar, who's the oldest son of the late Raj Kumar, Kannada film icon. Geeta, who had lost in 2014 as a JDS candidate, hopes the Congress's recent success in the state and her family's popularity will help regain a lost bastion. Is this a personal legacy battle for you? Is this a prestige battle? Would you define it that way?
No, I wouldn't say it's only prestige. But my father did lose in the last election. So I would like to make up for it.
It is in many ways also a personal battle.
Yes, it is a personal battle also.
A three-way split makes the Shivamogga vote even more interesting, and the verdict here will be decisive for the political course of Yediyurappa, Ishwarappa and the Bangarappa families. In Shivamogga with video journalist D.M. Kumar, Peter Raghav for NDTV.
In other news, the Supreme Court today threw a question to the Enforcement Directorate on why Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal was arrested just before the general elections. Mr. Kejriwal has challenged his arrest in the Delhi liquor policy case, explaining the reason behind why the question of timing arose. Justice Sanjeev Khanna told the ED to make it clear whether the central agency can take up criminal proceedings without having gone through the judicial proceedings in the case. Well, let's go across to Aishwarya for more. Aishwarya, they have to reply by Friday. Tell us more about what the Supreme Court said.
Well, it was the second consecutive day of the hearing in the case of Arvind Kejriwal, who filed the petition in the top court and challenging his arrest, and also the Delhi High Court, where he got a setback from. Of course, today, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, appearing for Arvind Kejriwal, posed the entire timeline of what has happened in the entire case, to which at last it was the Supreme Court who have posted at least 5 questions that Enforcement Directorate had to reply till Friday. Now, Supreme Court big questions to the Enforcement Directorate is about the timing of arrest before the general elections. The Supreme Court had asked that why arrest had been made before the general elections. In fact, it was Aam Aadmi Party time and again was stated that this is a political witch hunt, and only after the general elections were announced and MCC was in place, Arvind Kejriwal, sitting sitting Delhi Chief Minister was arrested. The second question that the Enforcement Directorate had to reply is about the criminal proceedings in relation to what has happened here. Without the judicial proceedings, the Supreme Court had asked that whether they can initiate these criminal proceedings when there are no attachment proceedings which have been in this case, and they had to show really that whether Kejriwal is involved in the entire case or not. Third very important question that Supreme Court has also posted as far as Manish Sisodiya case is concerned, there are conclusions for and against. So tell us, where is this Kejriwal case?
Right.
Lastly, it is all about the gap timing in the gap between the initiations of proceeding and then of arrest. Remember, it has been said earlier as well that the proceedings were going on for so long, but the arrest was only made after the election. Now, so timing of arrest has also been questioned. The Enforcement Director has to reply all of that till Friday, I beg your pardon, when
That's right.
the hearing will resume.
All right, Aishwarya, thanks so much for joining us with that. So some tough questions posed by the Supreme Court to the Enforcement Directorate. News now from London, and a teen boy was killed, 4 other people injured after a stabbing in London involving a man with a sword. The police said they did not believe the incident was terror-related. The police tasered and arrested the 36-year-old man after the incident took place in East London. 2 policemen were also injured.
Great sadness that I confirm that one of those injured in the incident, a 13-year-old boy, has died from their injuries. A 36-year-old is currently in custody. He was tasered here at the scene and arrested 22 minutes after the first call was made to police. The incident does not appear to be linked to any act of terrorism.
Finally, cricket, and after days of intense speculation, 24 hours before the deadline, the BCCI announced its 15-member team for the upcoming T20 World Cup in the US and West Indies. Rishabh Pant, Shivam Dube and Sanju Samson have been selected in the 15-man World Cup team. KL Rahul failed to make the cut.